Hello and welcome to GBR. You join us today from the guys from the MRC and the Infinity Series. This is the ITCC. As you can see, we are at Brands Hatch for race 1, round 2. Obviously this is the sprint series, or sprint races, that are being held for 3 races per round. After 10 minutes of qualifying, we have the Crow on pole with Phil in second, Judge in third, Mark in fourth, in fifth we have Bowman, in sixth we have Golden Brownie, in 7th we have Aaron. In 8th we have Don. I've had request to change his name from P-Don to just Don. In 9th we have Brucey. In 10th we have Chuck. In 11th we have Gary. In 12th place we have Graphics. In 13th we have Ice, and in 14th we have Crazy Mac. Right, so let's get these guys underway. Start from the front. So we are 20 minutes for this race. And away we go at Brands Hatch. Everyone gets away fairly well. Looks like a few guys diving up the middle there. Golden Brownie's cracking start up to second place already, but looks like he's going to be fighting for that place with Crow. Round turn 1 and away he goes. We've got Graphics there getting a bit wiggly coming through the first corner, but they all make it through cleanly. Phil's getting pushed out wide there. Coming through the hairpin, who's that at the back? That is Crazy Mac. It's just going wide, coming down the hill. So the Crow there is just pulling away there from Judge and Mark. Obviously having no one to battle with, so being able to do that quite comfortably at the moment. But the 3 Scirocco's out at the front. Obviously they were the top 4 anyway, so not really much of a surprise. But coming through the end of the back straight, it looks like everyone's coming through. Brucey's going side by side with Chuck. Oh, Brucey getting it a little bit sideways, but Graphics now coming up the inside of Brucey, and Brucey just being able to hold off Graphics there for 9th place, and Ice making a move it up on Graphics. Brucey going wide there. So it's still a battle at the back of the pack as well. But coming to complete lap 1, the Crow with about a second lead or so over Judge. And Judge has got Mark right up his tailpipes, trying to see where he can make that pass on the Scirocco of Judge. Golden Brownie in 4th with Aaron up behind him as well. Obviously have to use 2 different tyre types, so Crow on softs, Judge on softs, Mark on the mediums. So doing well to keep up with Judge there on the mediums. Golden Brownie mediums, Aaron on the softs, Phil in 6th on mediums, Bowman on the softs, Don there with a half-second penalty, probably through the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. He's on the softs, Brucey on the mediums, Ice on the mediums, Graphics mediums, Gary mediums, Crazy on the softs, and Chuck is got a bit of damage and he's on the mediums as well. So what happened to Chuck? It looks like he gets a bit sideways there with Gary. Let's have a look from Chase Cam what happened between these two. It was just the curb kind of pushed Chuck into the side of Gary, and with Gary just being a little bit behind, got onto his rear bumper and spun him out. So we'll just go forward to where we were. But the Crow there, checking out from Judge. What is it? About 2 seconds, I'd say, the gap at the moment. Mark's just been dropped a little bit from Judge, but Golden Brownie's back down to 7th place. He's been overtaken by the 2 Swift boys and Aaron. There's 3 Swifts in it now, with Gary being a bit further back. Pedon there, he's on the soft, so... Sorry, not Pedon, Don, I will get it right. In 8th place. Brucey there holding off Ice for that 9th place. Ice has got a little bit of server lag, it looks like, compared to everyone else. It's going to make it a little bit trickier for graphics to know exactly where he's placing his car to get past. You see there's just jumping all over the place. But obviously, as long as he sticks to his racing lines and is predictable, hopefully graphics will know where he is if he decides to go for a move. A little bit of gravel kicked up there from probably the 2 in front, with Gary there in the 3rd Swift. In 12th place, Crazy in 30th, Chuck all the back in 14th at the moment. He's on the racing medium, so it's kind of you're fighting for mid-pack anyway on the mediums, unless you're Mark, who's in 3rd currently. But the Crow and Judge still about 2 seconds between the 2 of them, but Mark is under pressure from, or coming under pressure from Aaron, who is on the softs. So I'd say another lap or so and Mark will be having to defend into some corners, especially at the likes of the end of the back straight. Phil 5th, Roland 6th. Don's got past Golden Brownie, but Don is on the softs, so Brucey there in the other Hyundai in 9th place. So 2 Hyundais running together, both on the medium tyres. Kind of all a little bit spread out at the minute. Crazy's not too far behind Gary. Crazy looks like he's got a little bit of lag, or is that just me? That's just me, to be fair. Graphics has come off somewhere on the last lap. He dropped about 4 seconds on the last lap. Chucks is probably not enjoying this race too much, but the lap times from these two pretty identical, but Judge has got a half-second penalty, so that's going to give Crow a little bit more breathing room. Mark there, he's now under pressure from Aaron, Phil and Don. Looks like he's having a spinning time in the background there, so let's have a look to see how Don does it. Probably gets on the curb, grass on the outside and spins it. Does another little 540 there, hits the polystyrene, back on track. He's lost all the way from, I think it was 7th place down to 13th. So not what Don wanted there, and he's still got dirty tyres and damage, so he's going to be a bit of a handful until he can clean them tyres up. But that's going to put Golden Brownie up to 7th place. And obviously everyone else as well behind Don has moved up a place, but Phil has got past Aaron, so Phil's going to have a charge at Mark and see if he can do anything about it. Looks like he's getting a good drive coming out of that corner, but is it worth just to wait until the back straight? But Aaron looks like he's going to go for a move. No, he just thinks about it, thinks about the slipstream down the back straight, and see if he can do anything into the right-hander at the end. But the straight's probably not long enough for the slipstream to really take effect to pull up alongside the car in front, but Mark goes a little bit wide. That's going to be the medium tyres for you. So Phil takes his opportunity and gets past Mark. That was a lovely little overtake there from Phil. So it's now going to be Aaron trying to fight Mark, but Mark goes wide. What's happened with Mark here? Did he get a tap from Aaron into the right hand at the top of this hill? Very close. It looks like he does. Aaron slams on the brakes and waits. So good awareness there from Aaron. Golden Brownie slipped through the middle of these two. Let's have a look to see. I want to go back on board with Golden to see what he sees when these two join back onto track. So Mark just to the right. There's a nice little Hyundai sized gap there for Golden to get through. Does then Brucey get through? No, he doesn't. So Brucey gets stuck behind these two, recovering back on track. Looks like he's going to try and go around the outside of Aaron, who's going to have a little bit of dirt on his tyres, but does stick it on the inside still, trying to make Brucey go the long way round. But let's see who gets through turn one. Looks like it'll be Aaron. Brucey's just not going to be able to drive around the outside on two corners in a row. So Brucey still in 8th, and there was an accident at the back there. Who was that? That was Crazy Mac. Seems to all be going off at the minute. Does he go in a bit too hot? Yeah, looks like he's just broke that a little bit too late. And the car's just done a nice little 180 spin on the exit of the corner, but he gets off the racing line quickly. So nice driving there from Crazy to be aware of the other drivers on track. But the Crow, he's got the fastest lap at the moment of 29.160. So he is slowly pulling away from Judge. Only a couple of attempts here or there each lap, but it is just enough just to keep Judge at bay for the minute. But we're nearly halfway through. We'll see if Judge can try and have a comeback to the Crow. But Phil, after getting past Mark and obviously the incident just over a lap ago on that last corner, has been able to just put a little bit of a gap over Bowman, who is serving a half-second penalty right now. So that you don't really lose too much because there's not much of a straight after the penalty. Golden Brownie up to 5th now, with Aaron in 6th. But Aaron will probably try and get past Golden Brownie fairly shortly. He is on the softs. Obviously did get past Mark on that last lap as well. Mark on the mediums is going to be struggling a little bit. It's there. He's got past Brucey. Brucey looks to be a little bit struggling there. But he's found his old Infinity rival of Gary right behind him. So if you watch the Season 10 Infinity series, you would know that these two always like to find each other on track no matter what race it is. And they are back at it once again, battling for 9th place between these two. Don in 11th, Crazy in 12th after that spin. Graphics looks like he's had another off on lap 5, and Chuck there just doing okay lap times. Just obviously a couple of offs, it looks like, on a couple of laps has just dropped him off at the back of the pack. So the Crow, obviously he got the pole. He's been leading for half the race so far. He's got the fastest lap, so ticking all the boxes so far is Crow. As long as he can keep that fastest lap, and obviously where he is on track at the moment, will be the clean sweep for round 1. Judge there, what was the lap times? We call 3 tenths on the last lap. Not much, but it is something to be trying to look into. He could, if as long as he gets in that slipstream, which is about 1.2 seconds or so, then he should be able to then start trying to close up to the back of Crow a little bit quicker. Phil there, he's still got Bowman behind, even though Bowman served that half-second penalty. But they are both the Swift in 3rd and 4th at the moment. Aaron's got past Golden Brownie. So Golden Brownie just try and stick with Aaron down the back straight, who has got Mark closing in fairly quickly. So, but obviously Mark is on the mediums, but obviously he was quite a long way ahead before we had the incident. So Mark's going to go for a move. He thinks about it, but decides better of it. And just stick behind Golden through the back section at Brands Hatch. Goes a little, looks like he's going to go wide there, was Mark, but he does keep it just on the track, just in the white lines. But nice there, he's got past Brucey and he's been able to check out a bit, but Brucey's obviously battling with Gary. It's a battle of who can beat who out of these two. I don't know if they've got a tally, but I think it'll be fairly even between the two of them, if you count who beat who. Tom there in 11th. Graphics. He's got past Crazy's dropped back, so he's had an incident on lap 7. Yeah, he's had an incident lap 7, going by the lap times, so not too good for Crazy this race. We'll go back to Brucey and Gary, who are having a battle. Looks like Brucey's been able to hold off Gary so far, and Golden's just dropped off the back of Aaron since the last lap, but he's still got Mark sitting behind him, so Mark's not been able to make many inroads to get past Golden here. Nice there. Ooh, Gary's got past Brucey. Let's have a look at this one. Brucey go a little bit deep into this corner. Oh no, he cuts it too much and then runs it out wide, gets on the gravel. So that's giving Gary the drive down the back straight, and Brucey's going to have to slip in behind into the right-hander. He's a very fast right-hander, but yeah, got to be brave if you're going to try and make an overtake into that corner. But yeah, Gary up to 9th now. Brucey dropped down to 10th. Mark there still sat behind Golden for that 6th place. See if Mark can do anything about it. Really closes up on the braking zone there into the last corner. But Gary's tyres are a little bit better than Golden's, so will Gary try and use that advantage? Obviously he's not going to know that Golden's burnt through his tyres more than Mark has, but looks like he's going to go for a move up the inside at the hairpin top of the hill. Golden gives him the room. And side by side coming out, a little bit of a love tap. Golden keeps ahead. So a nice bit of defending there from Golden. Just having a look on the track map, see if there's any action happening, but Mark gets a better drive coming out. Goes for the inside line. Golden's on the outside, so it's now a battle of the drive. Who can... who's got the top end down this back straight? Mark's just pulling ahead, but he is going around the outside of that fast right. You know, he's going to cut to the inside, but thinks better of it. Great racing from these two for that 6th place. Cracking stuff from these two. So it looks like Ice is catching up to the back of them on this lap. Still a little bit jittery there from Ice. Gary's been able to pull away from Brucey as well since he's got past. Don's been catching up to the back of Brucey, so will Don try and make it a fight for that 10th place? I think that's the final point scoring as well for... no, it's not. That's for the Group 3s. Sorry, getting my series mixed up. But the Crow really pulled out that gap over Judge now. It's about 4 seconds between the two of them. So Judge has just not been able to pursue that gap and get it down to the Crow. So all Crow's got to do is keep it on the black stuff for a couple of more laps. We've got 4 minutes left of the race to go. But Phil, he's got Bowman still right behind him, so Bowman's not giving his fight up for that last spot on the podium. Will he be able to do anything about Phil in the last 4 minutes of the race? Aaron there, he's been pulled out the gap over Golden Brownie. It looks like Aaron's going to be probably in 5th. I don't think he's going to catch up to the back of Bowman. Golden's got Mark still behind him, but Ice looks like he is closing in. Yeah, 32 there to a 30, so about a second and a half, 2 seconds quicker that lap was Ice. And Gary, very similar dark time as well to Ice. Brucey was a little bit off on that last lap, but Don caught up to Brucey about a second as well, so it is all slowly coming together near the end of the race. The mediums and the softs kind of, there's the crossover point, probably has happened, so with the softs wearing out a lot more now. Mark's gone up the inside of Golden Brownie. Looks like he had it going through the last corner. Just gets it turned in a little bit quicker. Golden Brownie can't cover it off, so Mark's got up to 6th place. See, they were going side by side still up the hill, so Mark had to take a tighter line, which is going to leave him a little bit vulnerable on the exit. So will Golden try and make this move around the outside, or does he just slip in behind? Looks like he's just going to slip in behind Mark for that 6th place. He is. So Bowman's got past Phil, so I've missed that one on track. I'll jump back to where we were in a second. So very similar place to where Mark got Golden. Bowman runs it out wide, gets a good drive up the hill. Later on the brakes, Phil's gone really deep at the hairpin, and Bowman's been able to absolutely slide on through. Bowman will take them positions all day long, especially when it's for 3rd place. It looks like Judge has dropped off the pace a little bit. Crow is still in the 30s, so yeah, but Judge done a 31 then, so and Bowman on a 29.9, so Bowman is catching up to the back of Judge, but I just don't think there's enough time of the race to go to catch that gap up. And obviously was sat behind Phil for a fair few laps, so it's quite a hard track to overtake on. But if you look on that back straight, you've got Mark with Golden just behind, Ice not far behind there, Gary, then Brucey, and then Don. So you've got from 6th place to 11th, all within half of the back straight. With only 2 minutes of the race to go, so one little incident or a second penalty, and you could potentially lose a place or two. Graphics there in 12th. Chuck coming down the back straight in 13th, and Crazy just starting the back straight. Not the greatest of races for Crazy here, but the Crow, as I said earlier, class of his own in this race. Just led it from the first corner, and away he has gone. Judge there in 2nd, very similar to the Crow, kind of started in 2nd, and he's just been in 2nd for the race. Bowman has moved up the field a couple of places, and Phil, I believe, started in 3rd, and we have Aaron in 5th place, so the front 5 all fairly confirmed. Mark there in 6th, just pulled away a little bit from Golden Brownie in 7th, who has got Ice closing down on him in the last lap or so of the race. I don't know if these guys will get another lap. It will depend on when they cross the line. But Ice really closing in now on Golden Brownie. Tyre wear's not too different, both on the mediums, but Ice really closing in now. Gary there in 8th, Brucey in 9th, Don in Brucey in 10th, Don in 11th. I say all these guys are still running fairly close, so I say any little incident between these guys will potentially drop them back a place. Graphics in 11th, 12th, in 12th. Chuck in 13th, Crazy back in 14th, but Crow got on to the last lap, so did Judge. Bowman, who has not got it on to the last lap, it is Brucey. So Brucey being the first to not make it on to lap 14. So Brucey will come along to finish in 10th place. Don in 11th. I'll skip ahead a little bit, see if there's any more action between Golden and Ice. Looks like on this last lap, but Graphics comes across the line to finish in 12th place. Chuck will come across in 13th. And Crazy's still a little bit back at the moment, so let's just have a little jump through. Yes, just between Golden Ice to see who's going to get 7th place. Ideally you want to be 8th for this race, because then you start on pole for the next one, because the top 8 get reversed. Gary's there obviously just trying to see if anything's going to happen between these two on the last half of the lap. And Crazy just comes across the line to finish in 14th. The Crow, absolute domination, pole, fastest lap and the win. Great race there from the Crow. Judge to come along in 2nd, Bowman in 3rd, Phil in 4th, so it's Scirocco, Swift. Aaron will come across in 5th place. Mark will come across in 6th. Golden Brownie just off Ice for that 7th, Ice in 8th, and Gary in 9th. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to smash that like button and help me try and get to 50 subs as quickly as possible, it'd be very nice. Right, and I shall see you all on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye bye.